Please be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Hill versus Harris.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Mr. Hill, you have petitioned the courts for years to get a DNA test on Ms. Harris's 18-year-old son, Tamond, because you've paid more than $50,000 in child support, but you're not certain he's your child.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your previous petitions were denied, but there is now reasonable doubt and testing has been ordered. Ms. Harris, you state that Mr. Hill was insecure and jealous when you dated.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you argue that Mr. Hill and your son are the spitting image of one another, and you are convinced he is Tamond's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Hill, you're paying $50,000 in child support for a child you don't think is yours.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, why don't you think he's yours?
Basically, she had sexual intercourse with somebody else.
Excuse me,
All right.
Your Honor. Excuse me.
Okay, so hold on. What, Ms. Harris?
He's a liar. A total liar. I've never been with anyone in the 3 years that we were together.
Why would he manufacture these doubts?
Because the alleged claim person that I supposed to slept with, he was my friend.
Excuse
my
me,
mother
Your Honor.
knows him and everything.
We broke up at least about 6 times.
Uh-huh.
And
He's a
actually,
lie.
maybe the next to last time we broke up, she got mad at me because I couldn't go on a trip with her to New Orleans for a family reunion. And actually what happened was, maybe like a week after she came back, she told me that she had slept with somebody else.
So
in
she
person
told you?
and on the phone.
So you're saying she told you she slept with somebody
On
else?
numerous different occasions.
All right, but the point is when you were in your relationship that was supposed to be committed,
Yes, Your Honor.
she had sex with somebody else.
Yes, Your Honor. She told me numerous times. She basically, when I was with my ex, I was walking down the street with her. The young man and the other potential father, he tried to have a fight with me. I didn't know this man from not one time, never met him before, never
So
seen
you
him
knew there
before.
was another potential father?
Yes, I did, because she told me that the young man that she had sex with, it didn't last long. It lasts like a couple of seconds. That's what she told me. A few minutes. She did have sex with
And
somebody else.
that fact is relevant because...
Because she told me, because that's why I'm thinking that Tamond is not mine.
So you feel like she told you that because since it was a very brief sexual encounter, maybe that other person was not the father and you were?
Yes, Your Honor. And he also tried to fight me. So why?
And then he came up and tried to fight you,
right, I'm
out the
walking down
blue.
the street, out the blue, tried to fight me.
And he was saying he was Tamond's father.
Yes.
Ms. Harris, I believe I understand Mr. Hill's account, but I need you to fill in some of the blanks with your
Excuse me.
interpretation
Okay.
of the event.
I got pregnant, first in the delivery room. He was so happy talking about he didn't want to sign a birth
Excuse me, Your
certificate,
Honor.
jumping, hollering.
Excuse
me.
I
Let her
got a
speak,
baby.
let her
he
speak,
cut
Mr. Hill.
the umbilical cord, everything. We was at the store one day, he's hollering across the store, I got a baby, I'm buying Pampers. Look at my baby.
Excuse
He's
me, Your Honor,
excited.
that's a lie.
So you're saying he
This is
acknowledged the
first-
child
yes,
and he
this
believed
is the first
Tamond
time
was his.
I've never heard
So
this.
you've never
No.
ever heard him doubt
No.
this?
No.
So now,
No.
Mr. Hill,
Yes, Your Honor.
besides the guy that came up and tried to fight you, what
That's-
other
I don't
evidence do
even know.
you
That's
have that she
imaginary.
was sleeping with somebody else during the time Tamond was conceived?
The always on the phone. I'm talking to her. She put me on hold for 5-10 minutes, something like that. Being young, I didn't know no better.
She was maybe on the phone with other guys. That's what you're saying?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so you were naive, and she was doing her own thing and sleeping with other people, and you just weren't really aware of everything that was going on.
Yes, Your Honor, I was
And
kinda-
that leads you to doubt
Yes.
whether you are Tamond's father.
Yes, Your Honor.
We get to the place where she's having the baby, though,
Right.
and you signed the birth certificate.
Yes, I did.
And
I
you
was
end up
younger.
paying child support.
Yes, I was young and dumb, basically. I paid over $50,000 in child support, not knowing what to do, who to talk to, who to lead me and guide me in that right direction, telling me, don't sign the birth certificate until, since you have these doubts, don't tell, you need to find out if this really your
These
child.
deaths just came. You never had deaths.
Different
You are
occasions.
amazed, happy because this was your first
Honor,
child.
different occasions, I'm at court. She's nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. Child's different when we go to different child support. I used to pay $300, maybe $400 every 2 weeks in child support. She never showed up. I tried to get a DNA test. She never showed up. So I tried over years and years and years trying to find out if Tamond was really mine.
But you paid the support.
I paid the support.
Did you acknowledge Tamond as your child?
Yes.
No, you're a liar. He haven't seen my son until 8th grade graduation and brought him $50.
Lie.
He didn't even go to the
Excuse me, Your
graduation.
Honor, that's a lie.
He brought him
I gave
$50
him-
after the graduation.
I gave him $100
now he's-
after I had to go to work. So I came over there. I gave him
He
a
was
$100
never in his life.
bill.
All he did was
$100
pay
bill.
child support.
I'm not gonna lie. I pay him
The
a $100
money is not
bill.
everything. It's spending time with your child.
Excuse me, Your Honor. May I have something to say, please?
You know what, Ms. Harris, I'm ready to hear from your witness. Ma'am, please step up to the podium. If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. State your name for the court.
Regina Holmes, I'm LaToya's mother. Your
Thank you,
Honor.
Ms. Holmes, for joining us today. What do
welcome.
you know about this?
Mr. Hill, you need to be ashamed of yourself. Are you blind, Chris? Are you blind?
I'm not blind.
Do
I
you
have two
see
other
him,
kids
Chris?
that look exactly like
Do
me.
you see him, Chris?
Well, your daughter shouldn't have
Your
been sleeping
other
with somebody
children do
else
not
telling me
look
what
like
to
you.
do.
You need to have them on paternity court back in front of this judge, because he looks like you, they don't.
My kids look exactly like
Are
me.
you crazy, Chris?
I could pull out a picture
Are
and
you
show you
crazy,
he looks
Chris?
just
I know
like
what
me.
you are doing to my grandchild. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's about my grandchild. Are you
Exactly.
crazy?
If she would have let him stop.
Are you crazy?
So, Ms. Holmes, let me ask you, did you ever hear that your daughter was in a relationship, intimate with any other man, where there would be an issue regarding your grandson's paternity? Did you ask your daughter? Did you say, hey, are there any circumstances surrounding this that I'm not aware of? Is Mr. Hill?
Yes, I did, Your Honor. And we know, and we've known from his birth, because like he said, I was standing in the delivery room after I had worked a double shift when he was born. Because I have been a grandmother, not a fake grandmother, fake father. I have been a grandmother. He has never, ever asked. He won't even, it's not about the money, Your Honor. He won't even come and spend any time with his son. We don't want to beat you up like you used to get beat up. We don't want to beat you up. All we asked you to do is spend some time with your son. So, you know, Chris.
All right, I'm ready to hear from Tamond. Tamond, thank you for being here, young man. I know this is hard for you to listen to, all these adults just arguing back and forth, but I want to understand from your perspective. What has this been like? Did you grow up with the understanding that Mr. Hill was your father, your biological father?
Yes.
Were you ever told anything different?
No,
Your whole life?
whole life. I known this my father my whole life. I never knew anything about no DNA tests, nothing else, nothing.
And did you have a relationship with your father?
Not that I remember. Made me feel kind of bad because I see everybody else with their father and I don't.
It's all right, babe. Take your time. You said everybody else had a father.
And I just feel like he should be there. He should have been there my whole life. I should remember him through my life and I don't.
Your Honor, can I speak?
I hope you say something of value.
I did try to have a relationship with Tamond. He didn't want to have a relationship with me. And it's always when I do talk to him, it's about money. I gave him my phone number on many different occasions. Only time he did call was about money. I tried to reach out to him, say, how you doing? He would inbox me on Facebook and say that I need money, I need money.
He was alive before Facebook was even created. I don't want to hear no excuses. 18 years.
Look, I told him.
Tamond, did you bring the messages with you?
I gave my number.
Let me see those. This message is from Mr. Hill. It reads, so you unfriend me. It's cool though, after you asked me for my money and I was going to come over tomorrow and bring you what you asked me for. I guess I'll just keep it for myself. tell your mom I would like a DNA test?
Because it was
You
I
wrote
got
this
fed
message
up.
to this child? You wrote this message to your son?
Because it's the fact that every time I did reach out to him, try to develop a relationship with him, he wanted to spend time with his friend instead of me.
Excuse me, even if you were disappointed in anything he's 18 years old. He's going through a lot right now, just trying to become a man on his own, especially with no example. But this message was a little angry. It was a little petty. Now, as we talk about money, if we really want to be honest, you've requested and said to this court that if he's not your biological child, you want to go back to your home state and you want to try to recoup all the money that you've paid over these years for his support. So if it's about money for him, it's about money for you.
No, it ain't. Let me tell you something. It's not no money about me, because I work every day. I work over maybe like 50 hours every week. So I know it's not about money. I do have doubts, but me having doubts goes back to her sleeping with somebody else.
Are you serious? So you question my integrity and you're saying that I'm promiscuous? Are you serious? When I've never been with anybody but him?
That's a lie, Your Honor. That's a bold-faced lie.
Okay, hold on. Who do you think he thinks you were even cheating with?
My friend. That's what he claims. This is a friend. Now, can I show you something?
Yes.
To show you that this.
You brought something?
Yes.
Absolutely. I would like to see some evidence that makes sense of this mess.
This is the alleged person that he claims that I slept with. He's 6 feet, maybe 6'1". I'm 5'6". Chris is 5'5", my son is 5'4". We have no short people in our family. And if this alleged person was the father, I think my son would be taller than that. My 14-year-old is taller than Tamond.
You feel like, as you look at Tamond and see his features and see his height, you say, look, this is coming from you, Mr. Hill.
Yes.
Mr. Hill, when you look at that diagram and you see that, does that explain to you why they think he gets his height and many of his features from you? You don't see
No,
that?
Your Honor, because my son, he's 13. He's taller than me.
Listen. Are you all understanding that the only person really hurting this is Tamond? I'm sitting here baffled by why these dots never connected, why this child never got the benefit of knowing his father if you were really reaching out. And how is it that you all didn't somehow come together and have a discussion? What held you back?
They had different phone numbers, and every time I did try to call that number, it was disconnected.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Disconnected,
Yes,
disconnected,
ma'am.
My grandmother's had that same phone number, I think, since
1964.
19.
So
I
what
could
is your
call that number right now and it'd be
contention is
disconnected.
you feel like he paid the support because he was required by law, but you don't feel like he made these efforts he's talking about?
He can come and ring the doorbell, Your Honor. He knows where we live. The fact that he's sitting here, he has the audacity gall to say that this child is not yours.
I'm basically up.
So you're angry because you feel like out of all this time, you already have not been the father you're supposed to be, but now after this time to question paternity, it's so complicated and messy. And then I look at this young man and he's so handsome and well-spoken. I'm thinking, who in the world wouldn't want to just say, this is my son, and why does he have to go through this? Mr. Hill, if you've already paid the child support, young man's 18 years old now, so you done paid it for 18 years. And I think about why now? Why now? Once you said, I'm your dad, I signed it, I took the responsibility, you had to understand that Ms. Harris then thought you were gonna be the father to her child. You were paying the support. They thought you were gonna make that big, huge effort and climb every mountain and swim every sea. That's what a father does for their son. When that didn't happen, that made them frustrated. And then taking all of you adults out of the picture, this child right here has spent his whole life thinking you're his dad, but you were rejecting him. That's what he feels. So I want you all to understand that, and I think it is time for the results. Woo! These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics. and they read as follows. Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings. In the case of Hill versus Harris, pertaining to whether Mr. Christopher Hill is the biological father of 18-year-old Tamond Hill. It has been determined by this court, Mr. Hill, you are his father.
Can I say something, Your Honor? Can I say
I
something,
think you
Your
owe
Honor?
my son an apology.
Excuse me. That's exactly what I'm finna do. Tomorrow, I apologize for not being in your life, not doing what I needed to do. I love you, and I just want you to apologize. I want to apologize to you. Please forgive me. Can I come and give you a hug?
He's back, okay? He's back.
I want you all to figure out how to get in a room, sit down, and just say, you know what? Let's wipe that slate clean. We got this handsome, smart young man that needs the support of his entire village, and the village should be raising him up, not tearing him down. Are we clear? I will give you any support, resource you need, the court will provide so that you can figure out how to get through this, and maybe you two can figure out how to get back on track, okay?
Okay.
I wish you all the best of luck, and I'm gonna be checking on you, baby, okay? Make sure they doing right by you.
All right.
All right? All right. Court is adjourned.
What I'm gonna do to make this situation right is start being in his life, talking to him, spending time with him, just get together, have dinner, whatever it takes so he'll know that I'm for real and I do love him and I really want to be in his life.